Well, good morning. It's coming up to lunchtime. A bit of a late start today. I had a late night last night for reasons that I'm not going to go into. But yeah, we're out again and we're going for more of a walk today. And I think I might entitle this 3 Tarn Walk. I've come down to just outside Grasmere. I'm not quite sure whether I've chose the best place to park. It's somewhere I've parked before. It's just at a local farm, which we're walking away from now, called, I think it's Townhead. So probably in excess of a mile outside of Grasmere. So we've got to probably walk to Grasmere. And then the idea is to walk to Easedale Tarn, which is quite a big tarn, and then from Easedale Tarn we're going to go up to a smaller tarn which is called Codale Tarn. I think that's how you pronounce it, and from there we'll drop down to Stickle Tarn, and then we're going to come back to Grasmere and we've got to walk back up to the van. So that's the plan for today. I haven't got any, unlike the last video, which is going live later today, as I'm actually out. If you've seen that, the idea of that was a specific composition or a specific area to photograph, which was scale force, whereas this is not just to walk out. I'm hoping to get some nice images, but yeah, we're out for a walk, and we'll see what we come across, what images we can find to capture and that. So that's today's plan. So we're heading on out. The weather's not brilliant, very cloudy at the moment. I think the forecast was for maybe the sunny intervals later in the day, so we'll see how we get on. But yeah, anyway, let's get on and we'll see you a bit later. Right, well, as you can see from some of the B-roll and the drone footage, it was nice to get the drone out. Haven't had it out for a while because it's been too windy. So now we're coming along, and this is Sour Milk Gill. Now this isn't to be confused with, I think I'm right in saying this, Sour Milk Gill that's near Buttermere. This is the one up to Easedale Tarn, and as we can see there's quite a bit of cascades stroke waterfalls. So yeah, we're going to just have a mooch around, see if we can come up with any compositions, maybe collect an image or two, and then we'll head on to our Easedale Tarn. So if we find a composition, we'll see you shortly. Right, well, we'll come up with our first composition, and it's more or less as you see in the video camera there. If we come down, we'll see that the camera is fairly low and we're zoomed in, so we're only really capturing the cascades. It's what I call a more intimate shot. Now, as I was looking at the cascades, I was aware that there's not an awful lot of colour compared to the waterfalls on the last video where there was lots of colour. So I thought it leans itself to monochrome. So that's the view that I had. I'd do it in monochrome. And it reminded me of a video I've seen recently about image styles on cameras and the effect that they have. Now, I do have them on my camera, but I just thought they affected the JPEG. If you're capturing your images to JPEG, and the fact that I capture my images to RAW meant that didn't really need to bother about them. But this person was saying that they're very useful. So what I've done today, I decided I'd do square crop, I'd do monochrome, So I've set the image style to monochrome, and I've also set the ratio to 1:1, i.e. square crop. Just to say, I've also got on the camera a polarizer to take the glisten off the rock, and I've also got a 3-stop ND filter so I can get the slower shutter speeds. So if we look at the back of the camera, we see that putting it in the monochrome image style, the live view is actually in monochrome, and obviously we've got the tram lines for the crop, and that is just so useful. I never realised it did that. I just thought it affected the JPEG, but to see it in monochrome on your live view just gives you an idea of what your image is going to look like in the end. It just makes it so much easier. It makes the creative process easier because you can more or less see what it's going to look like. So yeah, it's going to be something I'm going to use more and more, having realised that it's there, that we can see the image in more or less the style we're wanting it in. So you'll see there that it's 100 ISO, f5.6 and 1/4 of a second, although I have done some longer exposures. So yeah, it's great to discover features in your camera that you didn't really know were that useful. So anyway, I'm sure the picture's going to be good, so we'll put it up on the video after this. We'll pack the camera up and we'll head up to Easedale Tarn and see you a little bit later. Alright, as you see, we've made it to Easedale Tarn. At the moment there's no compositions jumping out or grabbing me, so we're going to wander down to the side of the tarn and see if we can see anything. But yeah, it's looking at the mountains round about it, it's fairly awesome. I don't know whether I've ever been, the one that's coming into view now, I have been up there because that's a Wainwright, so I would have done that when I did the Wainwrights, so I would have obviously seen Easedale Tarn. So right, we'll have a wander around, see what we can see, and we'll catch you a bit later. Right, I'm struggling with compositions a bit here, so what I decided to do is put the drone up and then took an aerial wide angle because it's quite an area, so we'll see what that comes out like, and if it's any good we'll put it up on the video. The only other thought was as we get higher, whether looking back we get quite a good image. So yeah, I'll put the drone image up and we'll carry on because we're going to climb a bit, and if there's anything we'll stop and take it, otherwise it's on to the next tarn, which is Codale Tarn. Right, well, we've made it to Codale Tarn. And again, well, the light's gone even worse and it's actually raining at the moment. So it's not filling me with joy for compositions. But I did come across, and I've just seen it there, this tree. I am partial, shall we say, to a lonely tree, or lone tree. So I thought we'd just capture that. So yeah, we'll see if we look at the back of the camera there. That's the composition, 100 ISO, f/18 and 30 seconds. Yep, that is 30 seconds, not 30th of a second. And that was the last image I captured, trying to smooth out the tarn. So it is a fairly basic composition. As we've seen, the tree is slightly to the left, probably almost on the third. We've got a bit of a jetty or jut into the tarn on the right, and then we've got the hills off behind. What I've tried to do is, it's difficult to see on the back of the camera, is to keep the tree totally in the lake, so its branches don't protrude onto the land. I think I've managed to do that. So if the image is any good, we'll put it up on the video, and we're going to carry on to the next tarn. So yeah, we'll see you a little bit later. Right, well, we've made it to Stickle Tarn. Again, the light is very, very flat, and there's no immediate competitions that appear to grab me. I did think a drone image way up high looking down might be quite impressive, but it seems to, the wind's picked up, so I'm a bit reluctant to do that. So what I have to, you can see the camera there. We've done a pano from there, coming round, right round to there. So we'll see what that looks like when we get home. So yeah, it's having planned to do 3 tarns, time's getting on, so I'm going down because I don't want to be up here when it gets dark. We'll see what we see on the way down, and then it's quite a long walk on the road. So anyway, we'll pack up the camera and start heading on down. Right, we're now back onto the valley floor, and I'm going to wind up this video here, although I do have quite a way to walk back. Wasn't well planned this. I've got my 3 tarns, didn't really allow enough time, so I had to come down Didn't want to be on the tops there when it got dark. Don't know how well you can see me, so I'll keep it short. Thank you for anybody who's watched this far. If you've enjoyed the video, please click the thumbs up. If you like what I'm doing, why not subscribe? Yeah, it's been a good walk. Good to get out. It was good to learn about the image styling on the camera. So yeah, but although it was a nice walk, there wasn't an awful lot in the way of compositions to be got. Now, whether that was because of where we were going, or whether it was because of the flat light, maybe if the light had been better, we would have got something more. So, not quite sure. So, anyway, we'll wrap it up there, and we'll see you on the next video.